Hi everyone, I am Dietitian Moumita. So today I'll be talking about the nutrition requirements during pregnancy. So ideally, because pregnancy is a phase wherein it is characterized by the developing fetus, so a varied and balanced nutrition diet is required, which is further on categorized as per the trimester. So by trimester, I would let you know because the pregnancy is a tenure of 9 months, which is like around 47 weeks tenure, which is further on divided as trimester 1, trimester 2, and trimester 3, respectively. As I said, that trimester wise the requirements are created. So I'll talk about what are the specific requirements that are there in specific trimester. But overall, it has to be a balanced diet and it has to be good on proteins, fats, and carbohydrate when we are talking about the nutrition during pregnancy. In first trimester, which is between 1 to 12 weeks, where the conception has already taken place and the cell is growing rapidly to form different organs like your digestive organ, the nervous system, the brain is getting formed. So in these weeks, the major focus is on folic acid, iron, and B6. Reason being because the nerve or the nervous systems are getting to build in place. So folic acid helps in reducing the risk towards your neural tube defects or what is known as spina bifida, which is a spinal cord disorder. So it helps in that way. And in regards to iron, because the blood cells are getting formed, so iron in good amount is to be formed. So is required for the red blood cells. So it is ideally required. B6 is also one of the B complex vitamin is, which is of importance because it helps in reducing the morning sickness that happens during the early period of pregnancy, which happens because the progesterone and the estrogen levels are increasing, or the levels are on a quite high, or the HCG hormone is also increasing. So it leads to morning sickness, and this B6 particularly, which is available in banana or potato, or for that matter, spinach to some extent, and many other nuts and oil seeds. So it helps in reducing the morning sickness for that matter. Going forward, if it is the second trimester primarily, which ranges between your 12 to 28 weeks, it is the second trimester wherein the emphasis is on calcium, vitamin D, and omegas because the focus is on bone formation of the fetus, the brain formation, and also the intricacies of the organs are, getting developed, like for that matter the tongue, the taste buds, the fingernails, the eyelids, so are getting developed. And because of that, so omegas for brain, vitamin E for heart functions, the calcium and vitamin D, which is required for bone formation, is of utmost importance. And the third trimester, it is majorly when the baby increases the weight, or the gain in weight happens. So majorly the focus is on calorie, which comes from protein, fats, and carbohydrates. B6 or the B complex vitamins is of prime importance because it helps in reducing the morning sickness for that matter. Also, protein for that matter, in the form of egg, in the form of your milk and milk products, nuts and oil seeds is of great importance because it decreases the feeling of your nausea by increasing the gastrin formation, the hormone, which helps in better digestion for that matter. And also, morning sickness is relieved by having dry things like having salty crackers, or in some cases you can have toast with peanut butter, which is also a good source of B6, as I have already told. So this helps in relieving the morning sickness as well. Sometimes almond milk smoothies is a good option. Nuts is a good option to relieve the morning sickness symptoms. Also, mint or vitamin C to some extent helps in relieving or reducing the nausea feeling and the morning sickness itself. There are certain things that pregnant women should avoid, which includes your fruits like pineapple, papaya, which may lead to preterm labor because papaya has papain enzyme that relaxes the uterine muscles. Also, pineapple pineapple has bromelain, which is an enzyme that also leads to relaxing of the cervix and can lead to preterm labor. So we do not want it to be consumed during the early weeks of pregnancy. Although in the later weeks, wherein in third trimester for that matter, where constipation is more common, we can have some portion, we can give some portion of ripe papaya to the pregnant lady. But in the initial first and second trimester, it is not recommended. Similarly, highly greased or spicy things are to be avoided because of high sodium content. Similarly, underboiled or not properly cooked eggs are to be avoided. So, eggs, if a woman is vegetarian, so she has to make sure that the egg is of good cooked quality, because ideally raw eggs may lead to salmonella infection, which is not good because it will lead to vomiting and other cramp formation. So it is best to be avoided in the raw form. Then raw fish for that matter, which is high in mercury, like your kingfish, mackerel, are to be avoided. Freshwater fishes can still be taken because they are good on omega 3 again. Majorly undercooked fish and your mackerel and kingfish to be avoided. Also, sharks are to be avoided if somebody is eating the same. Then you have to make sure that it has to be kept in mind that overdoing of vitamin A has to be avoided. So when the supplementation is been given, make sure that you are not having vitamin A supplements unless and until your vitamin A is very much less, because vitamin A toxicity can lead to congenital malformation. So care should be taken when selecting a supplement. It has to be not a vitamin A supplement primarily, because vitamin A is something that will be readily available from the food itself, and it is it is well supportive for the pregnancy period. Supplements are already suggested by your gynecologist when the lady goes to her for the checkups and all. But definitely for the iron to get absorbed, one has to take care of certain aspects like the vitamin C intake. Even if you are given iron supplements or you are taking any iron supplement, there has to be vitamin C available in your body for the absorption of the same. So I would suggest, if it is like somebody having less amount of iron in body or is diagnosed with anemia, so one has to make sure that with every meal, the major meal that we say, try to have a portion of vitamin C loaded fruit, which can be in the form of amla chutney, amla, coriander, and mint chutney, which is a good source of iron as well as vitamin C, and improves the or reduces the feeling of morning sickness as well. So it can be taken with meal. Some lemon can be sprinkled over the dal or over the sabzi for that matter. Or for that matter, fruit juice can be taken, but juices should have pulp. It should not be totally seed, so that the fiber content is also equally taken into account. Similarly, when we talk about iron absorption, caffeine from tea or coffee also hinders the iron absorption. So make sure that if you are having tea or coffee kind of stuff with your main major meal, try to separate it out so that, or you can just leave it for the time being, so that the absorption rate of your iron is comparatively more.